Swadika, welcome to Thailand Today, here on NBT World. The latest meeting of the National Energy Policy Council, NEPC, has approved the 2018 to 2037 National Power Generation Plan in accordance with the 20-year national strategy. Energy Minister Siri Jirapongpan noted that the average selling price within the 20 years period of this plan is in the range of 3.50 to 3.63 baht per unit. He assured the public that the electricity bills over that extended time would be comparable of these bills being issued at present, if not cheaper, for the purpose of the attracting investments, especially in the Eastern Economic Corridor EEC. He explained that increasing the cost of electricity can be achieved by using technology to create a smart electricity distribution system. The minister said the administration had assigned the Energy Ministry to review the National Power Generation Plan every 5 years in order to maintain power stability for the country. The government instructed the ministry to construct power plants in the western region to replace the two now cancelled coal power plant projects, abandoned due to a disagreement with the public, as well as to build more Pracharat biopower plants in the 3 southern provinces. The minister also mentioned that the government will urgently look into a way to expedite the public solar power project that would allow members of the public to install solar panels and use the trade the power they generated. On January 22, 2019, the Thai Ministry of Transport and the EU have hosted a closing ceremony of the European Union EU-funded project Sustainable Freight Transport and Logistics in the Mekong region. Through the introductions of the energy efficiency and safety measures in Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Vietnam, CLMV, and Thailand, the project has successfully improved fuel saving and safe driving, the safe transport of dangerous goods, the development of business plans for access to finance and awareness on green freight, and exceeded its target by working with more than 500 SMEs. Over the 3 years of project implementation, from February 2016 to January 2019, the project trained 513 SMEs in the region, covering more than 600 truck drivers. As a result, average fuel savings of heavy-duty empty trucks totaled 15.90%, and heavy-duty loaded trucks, the savings in fuel were 16.86%. With the respect of the dangerous goods transport, the project has worked closely with the country's transport ministries to improve rules and regulations. The Myanmar Ministry of Transport and Communications issued 6 notifications, while the Vietnamese, Cambodian, and Laotian ministries are revising their decrees related to dangerous goods transport. Moreover, in terms of policy advocacy, the project supported the Vietnamese Ministry of Transport in developing the standard guidelines for green freight, and these were issued in August 2018. Green freight measures have been proposed in a nationally determined contribution NDCS for Thailand and presented at the 24th Conference of the Parties to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change COP24. Thailand has potential to be a key regional logistics hub with its central location in mainland Southeast Asia and the greater Mekong sub-region. The implementations of the ASEAN Economic Community AEC has also helped boost demand for integrated logistics services and fuel and growth of the cross-border trade. In recent years, the Thai government has realized the importance of the enhancement of the capacity, competency, and efficiency of the country's logistic services providers to enable contribution to national economic growth, as well as to enhance the country's competitiveness. Next break, we will talk with a special guest who will tell us the success stories of the sustainable freight transport and logistics in the Mekong region project. Coming back after a short break.
Good foods. Good life. The land of smiles. This is Thailand. My home, your home. Our home, our country, stronger together.
Welcome back to Thailand Today here on NBT World. Today we are with Ms. Vilasini Punuttapai. She's the project co-director of GIZ, the German agency for international cooperation. She will tell us the success stories of the sustainable freight transport and logistics in the Mekong region project, which was the cooperation among public and private agencies in the development of the logistics services that are related to the various activities in bid of support of trade and conduct of the international business. Swadika.
Swadika.
Well, welcome to Thailand Today program, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us to sharing our experiences with working with the logistics sector here.
Why not? Because we want to talk about your success stories. So let's start like this. So many people will not understand what is GIZ project in Thailand. It's supposed to be a German institute. Right?
Yes,
tell us about
we owned it by the German government
Uh-huh.
and working for sustainable development.
So what is GIZ? How many countries? There have been many.
Yeah, we has 120 offices worldwide, and also we employ almost 20,000 employees worldwide as well to working on behalf of the company. Looking at Thailand, we has been here for more than 6 decades, working in the wide range of development, like from agricultural, rural area, and currently look at Thailand itself that is transform themselves, ourselves to industrial transformation. So currently it's more or less focusing on the environmental issue and also climate protection areas, still in the main topic that we are working with.
If you go narrowing into the topic or the activity,
Yep.
So we talk, the latest one is the climate changing and all that kind of thing. That means what? That means a country like Germany, who is far away from us, from Thailand, from the CLMV countries.
Yep.
But still they care. What? They care about our living, our dwelling, or what's going on?
Yeah, this question I has been asked so many times. Why Germany or even European country giving money for us with free? But of course that from my understanding that currently look at the globalization concept that linking country from country to country well connected. ASEAN itself, we are the hub for many production. For example, that Thailand, I think look at 10 years ago, we has been promoted as a Detroit of Asia, the car production.
Yes.
Toyota, Honda production base are here with us. Nike, Adidas, many garments.
Are they still here now?
No, Cambodia, Vietnam, of course, but that we will talk later.
Okay.
So I think that I will give you a clear picture when they had the tsunami came in many years ago. You know that there was the electronic chip shortage and that impact to America that the computer also shorted. That
Unbelievable.
Seeing the link between ASEAN country and also how European country look at us, they want to support us to produce product in the sustainable way because If not, then it's gonna impact them in the near future in term of products or services that we provide to them.
So GI that gone around to the whole world.
Yes.
Or just mainly on this
look at
CLMVs?
we have 120 offices.
200 offices,
including
scattered in many countries.
Middle East or South Africa, for example.
It is a kind of a G2G?
Yes.
It's a G2G thing.
Yeah, a part of that G2G, but of course that GIZ I would say also working for other international agencies as well. For example, in my case, we also working on behalf of European Union because our project is funded 90% from European Union and another part is from German government.
Okay, so let's come back to the main question is, what is the main missions of this GIZ?
Yeah, look at 3 or 4 years ago when we selected the sector. What would be the sector for this? Since EU also had interested in the connectivity. They just launched the strategy paper on ASEAN EU connectivity. And when you are talking about connectivity, of course, that transport and logistics is the fundamental instrument that linking people, transfer people from one place to another place. The goods, the services from one place to another place as well. So that's why transport and logistics sector become more and more important and playing a crucial role in booming economy within the country and also among the region. So that's why we selected this sector to be implemented. But when look at the background of this sector, of course that you may see that currently there are many international agencies working on this topic, putting infrastructure well in place. For example, like ADB that put their policy on infrastructure development, linking east to west, Myanmar to Vietnam, and from the north to the south. That I think that many international agencies are working on that. At the meanwhile, we do see that there's still many challenges remain in terms of capacity development. So let me giving some example. For example, when you are considering efficiency. So efficiency can be defined in many aspects. For example, the driving behavior of the driver here is still low.
Yes.
You may heard that some driver has been learned how to drive from parent because they accompany their father in the truck, and that they become the driver.
Yes.
But of course, they can drive, but how to drive efficiently is another thing, or safely is another thing. So most of them has been trained or has been learned how to drive from their parent. One thing is driving behavior. Another thing is on the truck technology itself, truck condition itself. So Thailand, you may not see much, but if you run around Cambodia, Myanmar or Laos, you will see the maybe not second hand but the third hand, the age more than like 10 years, 15 years.
To drive truck?
Yeah, and you see that with the third hand truck, normally it's consume heavy fuel and also pollute a lot of emission or pollutant that Thailand facing now, what you call PM 2.5 something. So that's why I think the efficiency come from many factors. As I mentioned, still lack of the data or information for better management. More than I think or 25% that truck running empty. Running empty meaning that, for example, if the truck pick up the goods from Lam Chabang port and deliver to Chiang Mai and the way back it's running empty. Empty with in terms of efficiency is quite low for us. That's why I think that's still quite high percentage of 50%. And according to the fuel cost itself, it's account to almost 40 or 50%. So normally the truck or the transport sector, the main cost of operation is fuel, the driver salary, or the truck itself that is quite high value, like 3 or 4 million baht. Only the head of the truck normally is almost 3
because
million
that
baht.
consists of all the kind of machineries
So
there.
this is still a lot of challenges remain that to improve the competitiveness of the sector among this region. So that's why that we would like to support this sector to moving things forward in the near future, because we do see their important role for the regional economic development.
You came at the right time, because we didn't realize this that it happened with PM 2.5. This is the right time for GIZ to work, right? So tell us, because so how did you get into that? The companies of these trucks and all that.
When we started the first year of implementation, so I'm also quite new for this sector. So we has been working through the partnership and collaboration, of course, with the government. Even we are GIZ, but it doesn't mean that I can enter
right. I was wondering.
Myanmar or to Vietnam freely. So the first year we spent a lot of time to establish the collaboration and understanding with the government in each country. Like we have the MOU signing with Myanmar, with Laos, with Vietnam, and with Cambodia, or even with in Thailand. We also had the MOU signing with Department of Land Transport under Ministry of Transport. That they agree with us that this is what we are doing is in and condensed to the country need. It's not just what GIZ want, but also this is in line with the country need and country policy.
So GIZ is not only in dealing with way of life of the people or sustainability of way of life, but also this kind of this is something which is people never think of. Hardly people thought of this, that wow, this is so important until we facing at the moment. So that's very helpful.
That's our job, that not just implementing like training or conducting some workshop or seminar, but also the way how we build capacity of a partner, both government and also private sector. For example, if you ask me about the tangible result, that we also working with government in 5 countries to support them in improving rule and regulation regarding dangerous goods transport. This is what we call, or support Thailand.
What is the meaning of the dangerous? Dangerous in what sense? I mean, illegal or what?
No, it's about safety.
Safety, okay.
You may imagine, maybe at our age, you may remember the gas case in Phetchaburi Road. That is the good example, and that year is starting point for Thailand to make government aware of something that the government should put in. And also another case in Thai Mueang Phang province, that they have the substance, a chemical substance carrying tanks turnover, and normally it's not has any problem at the beginning because it's just turnover. Chemical substance still keep in the tank. But the problem is the villager, the community took them and explode.
They stole it, yes.
And then it killed more than 200 people.
Goodness.
Because the community nearby, they didn't know that it's a substance when it's mixed with some, like maybe someone's smoke nearby, or you put water in, and then it create the explosion. That the case that Thailand became like starting doing things on the improving rule and regulation, and that from Thailand lesson learned that we currently support for neighboring country to improve rule and regulation as well. So it's a good time, and we don't want them to to face with Thailand, like having accident before and then government or the private sector become
severe one.
Yeah.
So the GIZ in Thailand covering all other CLMV or just separately? I mean, with other country in the Mekong
we have
region.
offices.
Different offices.
Yes.
Thailand is one isolated.
Yes,
just
and also we have both like bilateral projects. So with the bilateral project, of course, that Thailand has the agreement with the Thai government, or in Cambodia. GIZ also had the bilateral agreement with the Cambodian ministry. But when this project is regional project, so managing from Bangkok office, covering 5 countries, including Thailand.
So any significant concrete results to show the success of this project?
Yeah, let's give you maybe 3 tangible results, or we call success. The first one, as I mentioned, that we has been working on the eco-driving and defensive driving training, that we build capacity of the SME. Our target group is the SME, because I think that for the big one, they have their own capability to do that. But we want to support the small and medium-sized enterprise. So at the starting point, we, together with SCG, driving school, we build capacity of local trainer in each country. All training material has been translated in 5 languages.
I believe you were sitting down for these translation things.
Yeah, and then we recruited the local trainer and trained them to become the trainer. Because in the near future, if without us, like this year, we ended already no more budget to conduct the training. But of course, that those local trainers that we built will carry out the activity in the near future.
I see.
And of course, that from those local trainers, we utilize them to conduct the training for company driver in the last 3 years. We has been trained more than 500 SME drivers from last year. And we also, because from the owner themselves, what they do care about the training, they do not care. But what they do care only that how that training can provide the benefit to their company in terms of maybe improving safety or reducing the operational cost. That I do understand their point, because they run business, of course. So that's why we try to monitor the result, the behavioral change of the driver after training, after they got trained. And it found that 11 to 28% of fuel can be reduced.
That's great. That is great.
It confirmed us again, because we review many papers before, either from many cases from European country or from other country. It also showed that eco-driving can tackle the what you call the fuel efficiency, safety.
Save of the energy, money, and on the kind
and
of
we
thing.
prove again by correcting fuel data of the driver. And of course, that from 10 to 28%, it depends very much on the condition at that time that we collect the data.
All right.
And so could be the lesson learned can be like hand over to those countries that the government shall put more effort in moving this kind of activity forward.
We're going to come back for this project. So we are coming to the end of the first part of our interview. So next will be focused on how this project helps to promote Thailand's transportation and logistics sector sustainably. Stay tuned.
ASEAN Political and Security Community. Prevent being deceived. Prevent being forced. Prevent being injured. The problem of human trafficking in children, women, and labor has been increasingly severe. Thailand and the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights are working together to get rid of these problems in order to be fully accepted by the international community. One vision, one identity, one community.
Welcome back to our program. Now we will discuss more on this issue. Especially, we like to hear more about some of the success story from Miss Vilasini. Yes, please.
Yeah,
Tell
as
us.
I have mentioned previously that we also working with the dangerous goods transport. Of course, this is because of 5 countries, including Thailand, ratify or sign agreements, regional agreements, 2 agreements. One is so-called cross-border transport agreement, CBTA, especially on Annex 1 with addressing dangerous goods transport. Another regional agreement, so-called ASEAN Protocol 9, and also ASEAN Protocol 9 already also mentioned dangerous goods transport. So these 2 agreements using European agreement concerning international standard for dangerous goods transport by road. So these 2 agreements using EU, we call in short EU ADR guideline as a basis for implementation.
Yes.
So in the first year, that project also supported government in the 5 countries to translate the ADR big books.
Okay.
More than 1,000 pages into local languages in Khmer, in Myanmar, in Laos, in Vietnamese.
Okay.
Of course, and using that ADR book to drafting rule and regulation. So why I say that it's quite a success case for us, because with 2 years of project implementation that currently Myanmar by Ministry of Transport and Communication already issued 6 notifications. So within 2 years, if
To
in
be used in
Thailand,
that country.
yes, to be used. So decree in Cambodia and in Vietnam are being revised in line with the agreement with the EU ADR guideline. So I think this is quite success, because in terms of improving rule and regulation, you may understand that it might take a bit some time. Learning
yes.
from Thailand, we use 2 or 3 years for translating ADR
Oh my
to books.
goodness.
And it's 5 or 6 years to submit the rule, drafting rule and regulation to the cabinet back and forth.
Thai cabinet.
Yes, Thai cabinet.
Okay.
So, but learning from Thailand, that we also transfer this knowledge and experiences to neighboring country. That's why they are moving quicker than us.
That's normally.
It's normally. But this is a good thing that I want to share, that the good thing of or success case of this, because if all 5 countries use the same guideline, they have the same basis of understanding, the same basis of rule and regulation. Even Thailand, maybe some people might complain rule and regulation of Thailand is strongest, and you block other industry to come to your country. But of course, look at each country. You can have your own rule and regulation, because it's depend very much on your country's situation.
Exactly.
But at least you should set up, all 5 countries, I think, should set up a minimum requirement that acceptable for each other. That will help you to improve the facilitation of the good the good or services across the country. That benefit to both, I think, the people and private sector. So that's why I think currently, let's say, all rule and regulation in 5 countries related to dangerous goods transport is
Again,
confirmed.
you were saying about dangerous good once again. Well, you mean safety?
Yes, give me
But
give
you
you the
said-
example. In the European guideline, when the company has to carrying the goods,
Yeah.
first thing you have to classify your goods in line with the UN guideline. UN is United Nations
guideline accordingly, right?
Accordingly, it's 9 classes. For example, that class 3 is flammable, and if you observe the truck putting the mark like the flammable sign, and you will know automatically that this is a flammable gas or flammable liquid, and you should not smoke closely to that tank, for example. So the mark of the sign is one criteria that you have to comply or follow. So you classify the dangerous goods by UN recommendation in 9 classes. So all 5 countries had to class the dangerous good in the same basis by using UN recommendation. And for example, packaging, you have to pack in the good condition. Marking, you have to put the same size of the mark. The flammable, what you call they have many size of the marking. The UN number, the plate.
The plate number.
The same. The number is quite interesting because it's the universal sign. When you see the number, even in Myanmar, you know automatically that what does it mean. Unless you use the letter or alphabet, it cannot. If you see the alphabet in Myanmar, that cannot help you to manage. Right. So the size or the mark will help you to at least prevent some damage. Or even they have the accident, at least the fire brigade team can use what you call the substance that's suitable for managing the substance in the truck. Learning from, I have one case in China that they have chemical substance carrying truck turn over, and the people nearby they didn't know, they put the water in, and instead of
close it or something.
So I think that it doesn't mean that the water or the foam can manage or chemical substance or dangerous good, but you have to use especially some chemical other thing to manage that thing. So that's why I think currently we have the same basic of the like classification. We have the same basic of packaging, marking, or what called equipment on board. That the truck carrying dangerous goods had to well equipped with some basic equipment like the yellow rubber cone. In case of accident, you have to put the rubber cone around your truck to notice the following truck to vehicle to know that my truck is in accident, so don't close to me, drive closely to me, something like that. Or you have to have the marks in case of they have some gas
leakage of that.
Something like that. So this is in the same basic. You see that how it benefit to those 5 countries when we mentioning some cross-border issue, and it's acceptable among each other that could be benefit for the regional integration.
And this will help to promote Thailand's transport and logistic sectors.
Yes, right? I think even we did not have much activity in Thailand because the project aimed to transfer the knowledge and experiences, lesson learned from Thailand to assist neighboring country.
If you don't want it to happen like this, don't follow it.
But then the question came back to me that, and then what is the benefit from Thailand then? Because some people might doubt that, you increase capability of our competitor. But for us, we do not see in that way. Because currently look at globalization, look at the digitalization. You cannot live alone.
Of course.
You look at the convenience store in Cambodia or in Myanmar, you see many Thailand products. Shampoo, soap, many Thai products there. And you know that how our product
being transported there.
So it's by truck, it's by sea, it's by rail or train, of course. So we have to think in the both way that, of course, the benefit of the country is the most important.
Of course.
But at the meanwhile, you have to look at the regional or common agenda as well, because you sign many agreements, you sign many protocols. So when you sign, meaning that you do see some benefit that you join hand with the other neighboring country
Not only to yourself,
Yeah,
but
you
to
do
others.
see something because I think instead of thinking competition, we have to change a bit mindset to think about rather on the cooperation.
Exactly.
Look at European country itself. It might take, I don't know how many decades that they try to combine or working together with more than 20 countries. Look at ASEAN, it might take, I do see many years, more than 10 years or 20 years, but we have to do anyway, because if we do not do today, no future at all. But if we start today, even it might be a bit slowly at the beginning, but I do see that it is so important, and with currently many international agencies are supporting us. I don't think that not only GIZ, but also like EU, with the ADB, with JICA, with UNSCAP, so many international donors that put a great effort together to support the regional agenda to move forward in the near future. But that you have to balance between benefit of the country and also benefit of the region.
Do you find, for what you're saying that, so I think the truck owner or the logistic companies, they themselves have a proper way of handling the truck, but the personnel, the driver, they're still consuming, some kind of drug or something. That is so dealing with that. Is there concern of the GIZ concern?
Yeah, we do concern, of course, that since frankly speaking, that many people said that because of the low education of the driver, so that they live with what daily life, they don't care much in the long-term vision or how that they can maintain or improve even being the driver, but of course they should be proud of being the driver.
But they don't.
I talk many times that to the owner of the company that you see that they bring your goods and your truck which value than 10 million baht from Lam Chobang Port to Chiang Mai. They are very so important because if the truck has accident, meaning that the company will lose like 10 million baht automatically. But then I think from what I has been working with the company, some company in Thailand or maybe some in the other country like in Myanmar, we have many good cases or best practices. For example, I give you one example in Rayong, but I cannot give the name to you.
Well, okay, no problem.
The owner or the manager has very good vision.
Nice.
For example, that if the driver drives safely, no accident record, then on that month he will get more 10,000 baht. Because the owner or the manager foresee already that 10,000 baht is
nothing comparing the loss of 10 million.
Correct. And then next month, if no record about accident again, he will get 10,000 baht. This kind of incentive that I do see that we should also attribute if we want to ensure that the driver will adopt eco on defensive driving in the long run. Because look at their career. Normally, in this society, we have to accept that driver career is not like preference. It's quite has been looked down a bit. But I think we have to change a bit mindset of about the driver.
Exactly.
Or in Myanmar, after training, there are so many private company that asking us that they would like to conduct their in-house training for their all driver because dealing with us, we allow only one driver per company because we have limitation of budget. Only one driver per company, but after that driver came back to company and the company do see the improvement, the benefit that the company claim, and then so that's why some company in Myanmar asked me that we would like to conduct. I said, you can use our curriculum, you can use our local trainer, you pay to local trainer directly because this is what we do see that the company, the private company has increased awareness and then Uh, I think for the driver that is the same with the other career that they should learn a new thing, improve themselves every day. It doesn't mean that okay, you just drive the truck, no need for you to increase or educate you, because some company owner they still have some like short-term vision. What I have heard that if the driver has been trained, well educated, and then they're gonna run away to other big company, or they might ask for increasing salary. But that your company had to aware, and then because you ask the driver to improve themselves, but you never have any incentive for them. That I think is not fair in my sense. That I think in order to ensure the long-term driving pattern, then the company itself should have some kind of incentive putting in place. At the meanwhile, the government also should put the policy instrument to support the private sector. Then we can make the whole supply chain change. For example, that in Germany maybe eco driving is become mandatory, or even you can put more incentive from the government side. For example, if your driver has been trained on eco and defensive, then you can use that kind of certificate, submit to us, and then reduce for the tax or for whatever. So they think that every stakeholder in the sector should act in their role.
So you've been working so hard, you guys have been so hard. So what is your expectation of this project to help support the regional agendas, particularly the cross-border transport agreement, CBTA, and ASEAN transport facilities?
Yeah, as I mentioned, so under CBTA and also the ASEAN transport facilitation agreement, there are so many annexes. There are so many protocols. So we take one part of that on the dangerous goods transport. I think many annexes or many protocols are still pending. So when we sign, of course, that our Minister of Way put the pen on signing. But after that is another thing that how our country will working together. I would like to give a bit concrete activity on, like I mentioned, on ASEAN Protocol 9 and CBTA Annex 1 with these two agreements addressing dangerous goods transport. I think everyone do see that is so important, but after ratify of the agreement, no one know how to start. So that's why project came to the game, that supporting build their capability, but in the near future, because currently rule and regulation already in place, but it's not sufficient. You have rule, you have regulation. Thailand also has been issued rule few years ago, but we do see in the near future about enforcement.
Enforcement is so important because
because rule and regulation is in the paper. In the paper. How you gonna work on that? For example, that build capacity of both governments and private sector. That I do see in the near future. If you want to support the implementation of these two agreements. So, for example, you have to train police authority, because the police is the one authority that has authority to stop truck, calling truck, hey, I'm gonna check you. So if the policeman has no clue how the rule and regulation look like, it just find the money from the private sector, of course. And private sector themselves, they had to understand, because otherwise they're gonna cost by police. So the board had to a bit having profound understanding of what has been issued.
I really wish you all the best for what you are making regards to all this matter. All right, we end up our program with thanks to Ms. Vilasini Punutapai, GIZ Project Coordinator. Thank you so much for being here. And looking forward to see you again.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Sadika.
Thank you for watching Thailand Today. We hope you enjoyed the show and looking forward to see you again. Sadika.